and today we have a very special guest. We have Celle in the
Hi.
house. I hope I say that right.
You did. You got it. You got it that time.
Yeah,
You got it.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So go ahead and tell people where you're from, what you do, how you do it, your age, whatever you want to say.
Well, yeah, I'm Celle. I'm from Baton Rouge. I make, I guess, country music. It's hard to say it. I guess like alt country music, folk, could near towards indie also. Um, and yeah, I'm 20.
I'm young, no?
I
Okay,
know,
that's okay.
little baby.
Okay. Okay, the first question I have for you is what is the moment in your life you felt like you wanted to create music for?
Oh, I saw. Um, well, I think I always knew I wanted to do music. I always knew I loved to sing, but I think like the defining moment to where I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I saw my favorite artist of all time. His name's Jason Isbell. I got to see him in concert, and at that time, I liked him, but he wasn't like my favorite artist at that moment or anything like that. And I saw him, and I just like the energy in the room and like the the musical talent and like just watching someone like be the most genuine, I guess. And I saw it, and it just like it really, really moved me. And so I remember sitting there, and I remember the lights were blue, and like he was just standing right there. And in that moment, I was like, I want to do this. Like, this is
Right.
exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of just followed me throughout since then, I guess. So, yeah.
Cool, cool. I know you mentioned what his name,
Jason Isbell.
just Jason Isbell.
Hmm.
But what are more artists? Like, what are your favorite artists out there?
I love Phoebe Bridgers. Definitely Mitski right now is one of my favorites. I grew up on a lot of alternative. So my first band I ever saw was Foo Fighters.
Dope.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, it's kind of all over the place. Like, I listened to lots of Erica Badu.
Mm.
Um, I was just listening to Solange. I mean, it's like kind of everywhere. I just love so much music.
Yeah.
Um,
Music head.
but and the 1975 is a big, big one for me.
Mm.
I have like three the 1975 tattoos.
That's crazy
So
because I wouldn't think you had tattoos. I don't see any of
yeah, I
them.
got. This is the only
Oh,
visible
they're
one right
hiding.
here. Yeah, but all of them I have them on my legs and
Okay,
stuff like
okay.
that.
I
So
got you.
yeah. But I think my biggest inspiration musically, songwriting and musically would be Jason Isbell. He's
Okay.
like my main one.
So out of all of those, who would you want to like work with the most?
Jason Isbell.
I
Absolutely.
knew it.
Absolutely.
I knew it.
I mean, like, I love that man so much. When I saw him the second time, I tweeted him and was like, let me come sing on stage with you. Did not work. I wish it did, but yeah.
One day.
One day.
One day.
One day.
uh, so would you say he's your biggest influence?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I knew I was doing something right when my dad started telling me that my music was starting to sound like his. I knew I was doing something right.
That's when you knew.
Yeah. I was like, good, I'm getting to the point where I want to be. But yeah, he's my biggest influence for sure.
How do you specifically feel that your music can impact other people?
I think mental health wise,
Mm.
for sure. I write off of my own mentality really, and I struggle with borderline personality disorder, so a lot of my music roots from my different variations of how I deal with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I try to be very honest.
Right.
And I think honesty is the best policy, and a lot of times when you're listening to something, if you're really paying attention to the songwriting, you can be totally zoned out the entire song, but you hear one singular line and it changes the entire meaning of the song for you.
Right.
And so I think that I just hope that with what I'm putting out or whatever I start to put out, it has the reach of someone who didn't know that they needed to hear it or didn't know that they needed to feel heard, I guess.
Okay. So it's more like trying to heal.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And I mean, like, I think that sometimes even being like brutal in your music is part of healing.
Thanks.
You have to face the hard shit to get to the good shit, I guess.
Thanks. So what is the process like for you as far as like writing and recording and performing?
Writing wise,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes things will just come to me. Like I'll just like one singular word or line, and I'm like, oh, I can base it off of this. But a lot of times it's I'll hear or I'll be reading different things, and I'll hear a certain word. Like I heard the word phantom limb one day, and I was like, and there's a song by the Shins that's called that, and I was just like, what is that? Like, like, what is that? And so I had Googled it, and I was like, oh, like, I could write a song about this.
Thanks.
And then I wrote a song called Phantom Limb, and it's probably one of my favorites that I've ever written. So writing wise, Rhyme Zone is the shit. And recording wise, I record with my friend Zach. Zach Tyler, he is amazing.
Shout out Zach.
Shout out to Zach. And we kind of just mess around. I mean, when we were recording the song I'm about to put out, Marigold, I just remember we were sitting in the studio, and I was like, it needs strings. It needs more strings. And so we were just like going through all of these presets and everything, trying to find strings. And it's just like when you find the perfect one, then you just want to add more shit to it. And that's kind of how it's been going for us. I'm actually probably going to go over there a little bit later and work with him. But for the most part, it's the writing first, and then I put music to it, and then I record it. Yeah. Okay. The writing happens first.
Thanks. Unless you're just in there freestyling. Mm-hmm. Like, you ever freestyle a song?
I don't know if I have the chops for that, but I mean, I don't know. You put like an acoustic guitar beat on, possibly.
Yeah. Possible.
But I don't know. I don't have bars like that.
Oh. You'll get there.
I'll get there.
Hell yeah.
You'll see me one day.
Just spitting.
Spitting bars.
I definitely got to catch one of your shows for sure. I've been to most of the people that I've interviewed shows. Mm-hmm. So you got anything coming up? Yeah,
most definitely. So the 25th of August, I will be performing at Chelsea's Live for Colorful Sounds in the Round. Is
that by the Brick House?
Mm-hmm. Brick House, yeah.
My friend was just telling me, like, literally, that's so crazy that they got something going on tonight. Like,
90s
I've
night.
never heard it.
Yeah, they have 90s night tonight.
Yeah,
I got free tickets, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, you going tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm dropping things.
It's okay.
But yeah, so I have that. Mm-hmm. I have hopefully sometime, I think September 17th, I will be at Yes We Cannibal with a couple of my friends jamming out. So I got those two things right now. going on.
Okay. You said you're working on Marigold, or it's already done?
Marigold is done.
Okay.
I'm just giving it probably 2-3 more weeks, and then she will be out.
Okay.
But that will be the first song I'm putting out for like putting out.
Okay.
Which is exciting.
Y'all be watching out for Marigold for sure.
Yes, most definitely.
Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or the lead in the box office bomb?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, probably in an Oscar-winning movie.
You'll be an extra though. You
Yeah,
wouldn't be
but
like
then
the main character.
okay, you know what? But now that I think about it, there are so many good actors that have been in box office bombs
Yeah.
and still made millions off of them.
Thanks.
So I'd probably be the bomb.
Okay, you'll be in the bomb.
Yeah.
That's cool. I would rather be in the bomb myself. Somebody's gonna see that, man.
Right.
And I'll be the main. You'll be the
Right.
main one.
And you know what? Somebody's gonna like it. One person would like it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Plus, you'll get more screen time. So
True.
That's always a plus.
True.
What would be the most mind-bending and greatest concert for you? Like, who would be there?
Who would be there?
Give me your top 5. Who you would like the most, like, grandiose concert you can think of?
Oh,
from your
perspective. Oh shit. Okay. Let's see. This is gonna be the most random people.
Oh Lord.
First off, we gotta go with Dolly Parton. I have to have Dolly Parton there.
Oh shit.
The 1975. Probably Jason Isbell, even though that would be like the 3rd time I'd see him, but I would see him again. Oh God, that's so hard.
I know that's tough.
Oh God.
So you said Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, the 1975, Jason Isbell.
That's 3.
That's
where it gets tough.
This is hard. This is really hard. You know, maybe like Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And like, I just don't know who I want to give this last spot to.
Uh-oh. They're gonna be excited. Oh, you give me a last spot. Uh-oh.
Let's see. Oh God, this is so hard. I'm trying to think of who I listen to all of the time. You know, if you ask me any other time, I'd know. Probably.
Put you on the spot there.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna give it to her because I try to see her live and she canceled the show. I'm gonna give it to Phoebe Bridgers.
Phoebe Bridgers.
I love her, but that just doesn't feel like it's the right one. But I'm going with it because it's the one I can think of right now.
It's gonna have to come to this show.
Yeah, I'm like, I love her, I do, but like all time feels a little. But I'm saying all of this with a Phoebe Bridgers tattoo. I'm saying all of this with a Phoebe Bridgers tattoo, but I do love her.
Oh man, she should be elated then. That's your top 5.
Yeah.
For the concert. Cool. Okay. What's the most beautiful song you have ever listened to? Yeah, they're getting harder. I don't know why I made these so hard.
Oh my goodness. The most beautiful song I've ever listened to.
Something that you've maybe dropped a tear to, gave you like the chills.
I'm a Cancer. That happens a lot. God. Most beautiful song I've ever listened to.
Do you want a top 3, or can you think?
Give me a top 3. I could do a top 3.
Cause that's super hard. I couldn't even give you like probably couldn't give you a top 3, but top 3 may work.
Top 3 is still gonna be really difficult. You're gonna have me sitting here like.
Oh shit.
Let's see. It's between Chaos Enclosed by Jason Isbell or If We Were Vampires by him. I don't want to give him 2 spots on this list.
Yeah, you gotta give him one.
Right, gotta give him one.
So the first one was what?
It was Chaos and Clothes.
Chaos and Clothes.
Yes,
Okay.
that
Got
song
number
has
one
some
spot.
beautiful, beautiful songwriting in it.
And I love you. You telling me I'm gonna have to go listen to these songs once I
dude.
recording.
Look, if you like it, you know, and a lot of people, I know it's hard for a lot
My
of
favorite
people.
brand is KOL. So
Word.
yeah.
Got you. A lot of people, they kind of shy away from like the folky country stuff,
I don't
but
know why.
it's like if you're a songwriter and you write music,
Mm-hmm.
there's at least that you can appreciate in it. You know, even if you don't vibe with it, it's the writing for me that really is incredible. Second, I'd go. I want to give one just like musically, production wise. I would say I like it when you sleep, for you're so beautiful yet so unaware of it, by the 1975. It's like pretty much an entire instrumental piece, and it's so good.
So no vocals, just
it has like at the very end a few vocals, and it's just like one line, and it's really beautiful.
What?
Then let me think.
By the way, that whole you make music for mental health. That's the first time I heard it. So shout out to you because that is super dope.
Thank you. Let's see. The last one. That's real hard. Oh my god, I'm really struggling. It's always this last one for me.
Uh-oh.
I might go with Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac.
Silver Springs, okay.
Yeah.
By Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Okay. Any honorable mentions? You get one.
Honorable mentions. I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay.
Full chills every time I listen to it.
Yeah. I love songs that give me chills. Like.
Yeah. There's like this like very intense like rise at the end, and it like gives me chills every single time.
Thanks. Okay. You did the impossible. Most people would be like, I can't.
If I can have them on the top of my head, I mean, it might not be the main one.
There's
but
so many though, so I do understand it for sure.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of weather?
Ooh. I like when it's clear and it's sunny, but like, you know, like when it's like October and it's like clear and sunny outside, but it's like 60 degrees.
Yeah.
It's just got like a nice breeze.
Yeah.
You're not sweaty, but you're not cold.
You can I feel like that's the time you put on your best clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All of my fits come out during that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love like thunderstorms if I don't have anything to do that day.
Right.
Like if I can just sit in my bed and not do anything and just like watch TV or whatever, like that's fine. But if I have things to do that day, I don't like the rain.
That'll fuck my day up.
Yeah. No, genuinely.
Hell yeah.
Genuinely.
What is your opinion as far as the worst things about the music industry, and the best things about the music industry? As far as if you on the outside looking in, and if you were kind of like in that end.
I think the worst things about the music industry is, at least from an outside perspective, the pushing. I think they're very pushy. It's a very pushy industry to be in. And I think it could be a very toxic one, especially if you're struggling with mental health issues or substance abuse issues and stuff like that. I think that in situations like that, it's harder to get away from what is affecting you negatively,
right? Because
it's also connected to what's affecting you positively.
I agree.
But I think the best things about it would be, people being able to express themselves and share what beautiful things they're able to create.
Thanks.
And I think that's like the biggest, if I was involved in it, I think that that would be the main reason for me doing it. I think that's everyone's main reason.
Right.
It's just you want to share what you were able to create and build and gain, and have other people understand what you're saying and feel connected to it and things like that. So I think that's probably the best part.
So it's like the ability to just be able to express yourself and tell your story from your perspective.
Absolutely.
Because some people might relate to that for sure.
Yeah.
That I do feel like for most artists, if you tell a story and people are like, hey bro, that was my life. You're telling me my life. Like,
yeah.
We went through the same experiences. Like when people tell me that stuff, I'm like, oh man,
right.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me personally, I feel like I spent a lot of my life feeling very alone. Like, even if there were people around me, and like, I think that music, the reason I'm so connected to it now was because, like, I didn't have that with music,
Right.
Like, when I was listening to whoever, even though I didn't know them, they were saying stuff that made me feel like, oh, you get it, you understand me. And I think that's just how, if I was to involve myself into the music industry more so, I would just want it to be based around that.
Okay. Yeah. Would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
Win the lottery next year. For sure.
Or could you elaborate? Because you're passing up on your soulmate. Base or I guess.
Okay, let me put it like this. I am someone who very deeply like feels the need to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like a hard one for me to where I was like, I want to be loved. Like, I would love to find my soulmate. But realistically, in my brain, you have to think about it. Like, you could win the lottery in a year and buy a house, get your shit together, blah blah blah.
Right.
If you needed therapy, you could go to therapy. You could get
Right.
all of your shit that you needed, and then wait until you felt like you were really good to find somebody.
Yeah, I think I know where you're coming from. You can get your shit together because you may not in your state. You may not be even ready for your true love and
Right.
the things that you have going on right now. The true love, be like, God, you have a lot going on.
Right. Yeah.
But when you get it, assets and money and stuff like that, you'll be ready for the
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's not even just like, like, oh, well, like, I'll be rich. It's like, no, well, I can do like things that help me be a better person and, be, because I mean, money like has a lot to do with your mental health.
Yes.
And so, I mean, like, right now,
Preaching to the choir. Girl.
My soulmate could be a millionaire right now.
Right.
Like, but I have what $100 in my bank account right now. Like, there has to be like a middle ground,
Right. So would you rather like both of y'all come at like an equal state? Like you're financially straight, I'm financially straight, and this shit should work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
I
had
think
therapy from the assets you have and shit.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. A lot of me feels like it would be difficult to date someone who was in a better financial position than me. Um, just like more so like generationally. Um, because like I'm afraid they wouldn't get it.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like,
no, I totally get you.
Because I like grew up like very lower middle class. Like I lived with a single father. My mom wasn't really into the picture until like later in my life, and like I just know that there are different mindsets there.
Right.
And like I just don't know if that would clash or not. But I have no idea. I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, you don't know. I'm just trying to put it into the universe. You might get that million, and you touch it, then your whole like,
Right.
you're gonna remember like Gleese was saying this, and it happened. I'm a millionaire, motherfucker. So hell
Look
yeah,
at that.
hell yeah. I wish everybody I interview peace and prosperity for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. What inspires you from day to day? What keeps you going?
This, like, opportunities like this.
Yeah.
Music.
Aw.
I mean, music
Mm.
is really music. I mean, it's my family and it's music.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I wake up every day and the first thing I think about is music.
Mm.
So that's the biggest one. It's like I'm gonna keep going because it's gonna happen, or it might happen, or something good might happen, and that's been paying off. So
I know life can get pretty shitty, but music always kind of makes either music or drugs for sure. What do you feel like is the best song you've made thus far?
probably Phantom Limb, which is not out yet.
Damn, I was like, I want to listen.
I don't know.
You got a date?
Not yet. No,
Ah, shit.
but
You said 3
you
weeks. You give it 3 weeks.
wait, that one's Marigold,
That's
but
Marigold.
I actually might change my mind and say Marigold
Mm.
because though I really like Phantom Limb, Marigold has done so much for me.
Thanks.
So I think I'll give Marigold that one.
Okay.
It was.
Are they like what and what, or do you feel just like Marigold is crushing?
Well, I think they're both like evened out right now.
Okay.
Marigold was the first song I was able to write after a 6-month like mental block where I couldn't write anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first like kind of love song that I was able to write after getting out of an abusive relationship. It was the first thing I was able to record and be proud of, and so yeah, I think that Marigold is my favorite for sure. And it's the first like song I wrote where I was like really proud of the writing in it. So if I had to give one of them, it would be that one.
Okay. Let's see.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks, and we'll get Marigold. So y'all be looking out for Marigold for sure.
Absolutely.
Where are you dropping it? What platforms do you usually drop on?
It should be on everything: Apple Music, Spotify, all that fun stuff.
What you DistroKid?
Yeah.
Me too. Y'all definitely be looking out for Marigold and Phantom Limb.
Yes. Phantom Limb laid
that
down.
song, it just sounds like it's gonna be lit.
It was well. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of depressing.
I mean, there's a song for everything for sure.
Yeah. It's another one of my favorites though. I mean, like it's the first song I made where like it made someone cry. So I was like, okay. I guess that
it may sound weird, but I love songs that can make me cry. I love songs that can
kind of base
emotion.
my whole brand off of that. That's like my thing. I'm like, if you cry, I'm probably doing it right.
I'm sold. Because usually I listen to all my artists after I interview them, or they just inspire me to kind of go listen to them. So you got me there. Definitely adding me to the Spotify and whatever. Spotify, right?
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm just remember it.
Yeah, I could shoot you a text and everything too.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. Have you ever dealt with performance anxiety?
Yes, most definitely. Less now, but when I started, I could not stop shaking. Like it was so bad that one time it was at karaoke. And I had
not at the karaoke.
It was at karaoke. Look, okay, I am a karaoke aficionado. Okay,
oh man,
I love me some karaoke. I won karaoke last week. Like
I seen that shit. I was like,
but I was at karaoke and I was in the bathroom after I had gone up, and someone came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, you did so good, and you made me feel so comfortable because I've never seen someone's legs shake so much like mine do." And I was like, "Well, thank you. I guess I'm glad that I could do that for you."
I'm glad we can relate on something like
But
that.
I used to like not be able to sing. Like my
Damn.
voice would be so shaky. But I just have done it so much at this point that it kind of stopped.
So you feel like you've gotten over certain jitters and
Yeah.
butterflies. And
Yeah, I mean, I always, now I think it's more just like anticipation.
Right.
Like now I'm just excited to do it.
Right.
Which, believe it or not, can put me in a bad mood too. Sometimes. Just because I'm like, sometimes I realize that I can just be like, all right, let's just get it over with. Instead of just being like, all right, let's do it.
Would you rather have a sing off with Ariana Grande or a dance off with Rihanna?
Okay, I have quite literally no rhythm, so I think I'm gonna have to take my chance with Ariana Grande, even though I already know how that
girl,
would go.
she coming for you.
I'm coming for you. You're gonna win, but it's okay.
You might get her though.
Yeah, I gotta give her that one though. Can't. I'm sorry, Rihanna. You can take the crown. You already have it. So
I don't know if I've ever seen Rihanna dance like talking about. I know she sings, but I don't think I've ever paid
she
attention.
could like barely move her hips and win. Like it's like
oh shit. What is your favorite time to record?
Nighttime.
Nighttime.
For sure.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
It gives you that ability.
Yeah. I feel like that's when like your brain has had enough time to process all of the shit you have in your brain, so like it works.
Yeah. So have you recorded anything morning time, evening time, or is it mostly nights?
Mostly nights.
Okay.
Yeah. My friends all work too, so if we're recording, we're all hanging out at night.
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up doing a little bit later. So yeah, mostly nights. Mostly.
Could you recall your most embarrassing moment?
Ever?
Ever. It's another tough one. I've had quite a few.
I hate that this is the one I'm picking, but my most embarrassing moment, one time, I went to Catholic school. And we had to do this thing called Come to Jesus, where we would all have to sit in a room and like talk about God for like, not the point. Anyways, so I could just go on about that, but and so one time someone had said something and I laughed so hard that snot blew out of my nose. And then everyone laughed at me. And then I cried.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay though. I think I got a Snickers afterwards, so I think it like I was fine after, but like the humiliation in itself was enough.
I would have been the worst person. I'm like, Jesus is watching.
Right. That's how I feel about it.
Right.
Because like we're all talking about God. Like, damn, someone has the sniffles and just cast it out.
Oh man. How do you go about networking with other artists? Like, do you just like the full on like natural approach, just walking up to people, or you just I'm gonna wait to get their Instagram and then I'm gonna DM them?
I'm pretty outspoken, so I would say I just will like come up to someone and be like, hey, whatever. Or the other day I was being a little shy and it just ended up, my friend just ended up like grabbing my arm and taking me to someone and being like, this is her. Talk to them. Yeah.
That's cool.
So, but for the most part, it's pretty easy for me to just go up and talk to people.
Okay. How do you define success as an artist? Is it money? Is the people you grasp the people, or is it like just a combination of all of it? Like
for me, for mostly, I'd say it's the people. Knowing I'm heard.
Right.
and knowing that people,
because the money can always come after the people.
Yeah.
After you get the people, I mean.
right? You know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the money would be great. But for the most part, I think it's the people for me.
Okay.
Like, I want to know that, like, I'm making an impact somehow, some way.
Right.
I think that's what it comes down to.
I think as artists, we yeah, the money, but it's like if what I'm doing changes someone's life, makes them feel better, makes them be able to push on to the next level,
Right.
I wouldn't give a shit about the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I still do care about the money. I'll just leave that for the other people whose life isn't as affected by certain stuff.
Right.
So hell yeah.
Yeah.
What is the biggest highlight of your career thus far?
Getting to play at Chelsea's.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big highlight, because I went to the first singer-songwriter showcase that they did. And that was when Chelsea had just opened. And by the way, I give Chelsea's a lot of money. I love them so much. But I remember going, and this is a pretty common thing when I listen to other people's songs, but I started crying during this one guy's song. What was his name? I literally just saw him the other day.
Shit.
But like out of nowhere, I saw him and I was like, I have to tell you that you made me cry this one time. But I remember I was watching it and I was like, and it was just all local artists, and I was like, I could do this, you know. I just have to put the effort in to do it, and then come find out 2-3 months later, I am able to play there and do the same thing and be on the same stage. It's really great. It's a great feeling. So y'all can find me on Instagram, devotion stuff. In about 3 weeks, you can find Marigold out everywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. And on the 25th of August, I will be at Chelsea's Live for Colorful Sounds in the Round with a couple other great artists doing some originals. So y'all should definitely come out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I appreciate you for coming through. And yeah, we're going to be out for sure.